Egg yolk, what is going on with my people, my crowd, who I like to call the viewers of the tube. If it's your first time here, my name is Tyler, the host of the crypto channel that hopefully doesn't put you to sleep, like this putty tat getting beautifully lullabied by his master. Wake up, cause it's time for Chico Crypto. So, staking cryptocurrency, it's one of the easiest ways in the industry to earn passive income by just doing what you usually already do, HODL. With the smart contract king Ethereum on its way to proof of stake, the case for staking is going to get a significant boost, as this will be the first time a robust decentralized network with many dApps users and actual transactions will be functioning as a proof of stake and not proof of work blockchain. So, I mentioned before my break I was going to be diving into my favorite stakeable coins besides what will be Ethereum, and that is what we are going to do today, plus some tips and tricks for each of them. So let's begin with one of my newest holds, which I haven't made a fully produced video on, but have mentioned it in my live streams, which keep on getting shadow banned, so if you don't tune in for those, make sure not to miss them. And what coin is that? Energy Web? Nope, but it has something to do with them, and if you watch my live streams, you kinda know what. The coin is Kusama, and as always they say, the coin's tagline is expect chaos. So, what is Kusama? It's an experimental developer version of Polkadot, Gavin Wood's interoperability protocol. Yes, the Gavin Wood, OG founder of Ethereum, who led the creation of Solidity and the Ethereum virtual machine. So, experimental version, Chico, do you mean like a testnet for Polkadot? Well, yes and no. Kusama is more than a testnet, as it's live and the tokens have value. There are real-world economic consequences for holes in dApp smart contracts and the code developed. So no, it's not a testnet like Ethereum's Ropsten or even ETH 2.0, as those tokens right now are worth nothing. This is a proving ground for robust enterprise-level dApps and smart contracts because it allows the teams and developers who will eventually build them to first build out and deploy a parachain on Kusama, and then try out Polkadot's governance, staking, and validation functionality in a real environment, the Kusama environment. So what I like to think of Kusama as is a place where true innovation will happen, as that is what Kusama was built for, to reward developer innovation for the Polkadot network. Kusama is the pre-production environment for any new Polkadot feature. So there's going to be massive value in that. And staking, how in the hell do you do it with Kusama? Well, since Kusama is in its infancy stages, the solutions built are the in-house ones, which require a bit of crypto knowledge. So if you're just looking for a wallet that automatically does it for you, you ain't getting that with Kusama yet. So the first thing we need to do is download Polkadot and Kusama's browser extension. It's basically their version of MetaMask. You can download it from the Google Play Store and for the Firefox browser. The links for both are in the description. Once downloaded, run through the setup of a new account, and the steps are something that should be familiar, like a seed phrase and more. Once you have your address, it's now time to get some Kusama sent to it. I'm not going to recommend any exchanges, but you can use CoinGecko to see where it's trading. Once you have some Kusama at your created address, it's time to start staking. To do this, we need to open up the Polkadot web application. Link for that is also in the description. Once you are here, it will ask you to connect your address. Allow it. And next, we need to change from Polkadot to the Kusama network. The first on the list is AOK. Click Save and Reload. Once connected to Kusama, go to Staking on the left menu, and then on the top menu, click Account Actions. To the right, there will be a stash button with a plus symbol. Click that. Now in the pop-up menu, you will enter the number of Kusama you would like to stake in the value bonded section. We will do 100 as the amount you stake should be no larger than 95% of your available amount. They warn you about that right there. Now click Bond to continue. Make sure you have the slider set to sign. Confirm and then sign the transaction through your address. Finally, wait a bit and look how fast that is confirmed. Now that we have a stash, it's time to nominate who we will be staking with. Click nominate, and built in they will pick the most profitable validators to stake with in Kusama, but you can also deselect and stake with whoever you choose. We will do the automatic version, confirm, and then sign. Then wait, and it should confirm after a bit. And we are staked, which we can see the details of and stop at any time. One thing I really like about Kusama is the ability to drop a stake in an instant. Also, stats on the staking will be seen here, but I will make sure to come back to all the coins talked about in this video to see how they're doing. Now, the next coin I would like to highlight is that good old ZeroX protocol, as I'm sure some of you hold the tokens but aren't staking them, when you should be, because it's super easy, and they have awesome tools built to help you pick the most profitable pools to stake with. And that tool is the ZeroX Staking Wizard. Link for that is also in the description. So ZeroX, it's an ERC20 token, and the Staking Wizard directly connects to a MetaMask or Coinbase wallet. Simple, easy, and quick. That is what we like to see. Then it asks your stake amount. You can manually put it in or select a percentage. We will do 100% for this example. Then it shows you through the wizard the most profitable market maker to stake with, and that is VolleyFire in our example. And they are sharing 33% of their market making staker rewards with those who stake with their pool. So let's do it. Just click next and then approve tokens. Sign the transaction from your ledger or wallet, wait a bit, then it will come up with a confirmation. Now as we can see, the next epoch starts in 5 days, which means that is when our stake begins. Staking rounds go for 1 week, so in total our ZeroX will be locked for 12 days. And by staking with Volley, we are giving 50% of our voting power away. If you accept, click stake. Wait for a bit, and then you should get a congrats. You can go to the dashboard and check your account to make sure your stake is pending. We are good to go. And finally, your boy Chico has to end it with a coin that's going to get the major staking upgrade here soon. And the rewards, they're coming in the form of Ethereum. You talking about Ethereum staking swope? Nope, as I've recently covered just that. Rocket Pool? Nope, as I've covered that too. I'm talking about Kyber Network and their Catalyst upgrade hopefully coming by the end of the month. So this upgrade, yes, has staking for KNC holders like myself and thus value creation, but it also does 2 other things, which creates a self-reinforcing loop. It powers network growth and improves the decentralized liquidity for the network ecosystem. Which means the goal of this upgrade is for Kyber to become the single liquidity point where DEX's swap protocols, automated price reserves, and the Kyber Reserve all power the dApps and products of the growing Web3 ecosystem. But there is one thing at the heart of this upgrade which is misunderstood. The Kyber DAO, where certain parameters and changes of the protocol will be left to the community to vote on and decide the outcome of. And for their participation, they will be rewarded with staking rewards from the network fees. So in Kyber right now, over 70% of collected fees from token swaps on the platform are used to purchase and burn KNC tokens, while the other is distributed to top performing reserves, which from Kyber Tracker we can see from the over 6.8 million in collected fees, over 4.9 million of those have been burned and destroyed. But with Catalyst, this changes the fee allocation model from 2 parts to 3. You have, of course, the burn and rewarding the reserves, but also staking. And the DAO votes on how this allocation is broken up percentage-wise. For example, 10% burn, 10% for reserves, and 80% for staking, which of course are paid in that sweet, sweet Ethereum, which once a beacon chain launches and Ethereum 2.0 gets rolling, you could then stake your staking rewards. So I gotta end this video with a tune. Yeah, stake it up, baby, now, stake it up, baby. Chico's out, Chico's out. Come on, come on, come on, swap it now. Come on, baby. Cheers. I'll see you next time.